Our first question, in looking at the oil and gas industry, what do you see are the issues facing the industry?
I assume the floor leader would get to go first. That is a huge question. I mean, I think in this room, the question would be the difference between the legacy drillers and the horizontal drillers, and that's one of the biggest issues. I think, just speaking very broadly, one of the biggest issues is a PR issue, and it's an issue that you guys, especially you guys, have been fighting your whole career. It's this idea that oil's always going to be there, and it's just a great punching bag. It's a great way to fund the state when oil's up. It's a really bad way to fund the state when oil's down. But I think a lot of the things that this group, when you had different letters before your name, did a great job of fighting, and I think it's a job that needs to continue. But the OERB, a lot of the things that have been done in the past and been done by people in this room, it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of, putting the message out there again and again and again that the oil industry is Oklahoma, that we rise and we fall together, and that we're your neighbors, we're your best friends, we're your people. That's a story that I don't think that the industry can ever stop telling. And so to me, that's, outside of the fight between the different types of drillers, I think it will always be the idea that people need to understand exactly what this industry is and exactly what it means to the state of Oklahoma.
In Carter County, I understand how important you are to our economy in Carter County, because the independent vertical drillers have always been the foundation of our economy in Carter County, and you always will be. I mean, the XTOs come and go, but the small producers, the vertical people are always there. And even during the down times when the big drillers were cutting staff and cutting people and laying people off, most of our small producers still managed to keep their staffs intact, knowing that the crisis was going to be over soon. And I think a lot of you don't view yourselves necessarily as big producers, but what you do has a big impact on my district, and I appreciate that. And I know that you face many challenges, and I know the challenge that you deal with the most is the intrusion into your property by horizontal drillers, and taking your resources and your product and either destroying your ability to claim that or limiting your ability to actually access it. So that's probably the biggest challenge that you face and we in the legislature face, is making sure that you are protected from intrusion by the big guys and just want to run over you and overwhelm what you're doing.
Throughout the history of human civilization, the driving economic impact has always been the greatest natural resource that resides at the area that they are. I don't care if you're talking about Florida, the greatest natural resource is the weather. Tourism is the largest economic impact. When people, I get emails from my constituents, when are you going to find the next oil and gas? Well, the answer is, I'm not. That's not what's going to happen. We have to continue to diversify our economy. We have to have some other things, but the bottom line is, no matter what we do, Oklahoma is going to be an oil and gas state. And that's where we would be if we were in West Virginia. Would be a coal state. That's part of where the natural resource comes in.
As many of you know in this room, our industry has become an industry divided. That in itself presents a lot of challenges. The average Oklahoman and the average legislator has no idea the difference between the small independent oil and gas operator and the big oil and gas operator. They don't differentiate. The average Oklahoman and the average legislator just lumps it all into the oil and gas industry. There's going to have to be a lot of education on that front. There's going to have to be some marketing on that front in order to differentiate how we are different, how we do business differently, how there are some challenges in the new oil and gas industry in Oklahoma. There are some property rights issues that lie within that. There are some regulatory issues that lie within that. So there are many challenges within that, becoming an industry divided per se. And other than that, that's the biggest issue that I see facing our industry in the state of Oklahoma right now.